All right, I'm trying to process my weekend. I just wrote like a couple pages in my journal just to download what the hell I went through this weekend again. Um, I just wanted to read something. I realized that the satisfaction of this job is that I can trust myself to handle toxic personalities, which I couldn't do before. I can learn a lot and master very stressful situations. I like being fully engaged, knowing a lot, and being the quote expert with the patients, which feels like, um, a way of being in control. And I like that I work with people and the purpose, even though I know it's about profit, the purpose is helping people. Then I wrote, but when I see over and over that we don't really help people, it's like so wasteful of my life energy to be there engaged in pointless drama, chaos, intensity with no point, and oftentimes abusive and violent every day. So this weekend on Sunday, I got a patient, and of course, I was so busy with 5 people. I'm like, you're getting a new patient. They don't even like warn you. You got a patient, they're here. They just drop them off from the ER. So luckily, I got in there right away, did his vitals, seemed like a nice man, just kind of quiet. So I've got to do his admission, and I find out that he's homeless. And I immediately feel, I'm like this with everybody. I feel compassion and like concern for him. And he said he hadn't eaten in 2 days. And anyways, he's there as a diabetic um, who didn't take his insulin for the last 10 days because he couldn't afford it. And then I find out 2 days ago, because I have to ask all these questions, he smoked crack. And see, I don't even judge that because I'm like, okay, well, I understand insulin might be really expensive, whatever, and then you can't afford it. So you're just like, fuck it, I'm going to smoke crack to escape my life. I get that. I can understand freaking everything. That's my problem. I can understand everything. But anyways, I'm compassionate, blah, 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 blah. So the doctors are starting to roll the orders in. He said he hadn't eaten in 2 days. All he wants to do is eat. And that's what all the homeless people, when they come in, all they want to do is eat. And they eat a ton of food. And I get it. I turned up the heat in his room. I said, let me find out about the doctor's orders. I'll get you some food as soon as I can. I get a hold of the doctor. Yes, we can get some food in there. But then we find out we're going to move him to ICU because his blood sugars were so freaking high. And I guess his acetone levels in his blood were high. And so they're going to do like an insulin drip, supposedly, which we don't do on our floor, which is very involved. So I get him food. Everything's fine. Da, da, da. So they put in an order for insulin, which we don't hardly ever do on our floor. Actually, we don't really ever do this. I'm supposed to push insulin through his IV, which I've never done before. I have to have another nurse was there. She signed off with me, and she's an old ICU nurse. She was with me when I did it because I was kind of nervous. But anyways, probably about 30 minutes after that, I'm in another room with another patient. I guess 3 people are in that room trying to contain this man. He's said he's writhing in pain, muscle cramping his stomach, and all these things. And I'm thinking, oh my God, what happened with this insulin that I pushed? And fuck. And so he becomes like really, really aggressive and irate, and he won't let us touch him. We're supposed to be giving him a bolus of fluid along with everything else. He wants pain medicine, and of course the doctor won't give him pain medicine. I'm like, I'd like for a doctor to be up here and have to deal with this shit. They come in there for 2 seconds, like, no, we're not giving you anything. Anyways, he calms down for a while. I go out and deal with some other things, get some more orders, whatever. And then I come back in and he's like fucking pissed. And he's already eaten 2 meals at this point, and he wants another meal now. Okay. But we're in the process of dropping his blood sugar. So people who usually live at a 500 or 600, when it drops to like in the 200-300s, they feel really hungry. And they're fucking grouchy. They're like raging addicts, It's not fun. And I had to tell him, the doctor said, after that episode with the insulin, the doctor said he needs to not eat until his blood sugar comes down to 250. Well, he went fucking rageful on me. And I'm just in the room by myself at that time. And he's like, you're fucking lying to me. You've been fucking lying to me. You guys are hurting me. You don't know what the fuck you're doing. He started fucking yelling at me. And I just looked at him because I'm so sick of this shit at this point. I said, look, You did this to your own body. You did this. We're here trying to reverse what you did. Okay. So what we're doing is to help you. It's not going to be comfortable, but it's for your benefit. It's to get you well. And he just goes, shut the fuck up. Get the fuck out of my room. You're not my fucking nurse anymore. Get out. He was like a dick to me. And I said, fine. Fine. I said, don't you dare yell at me. And I said, and I'm no longer your nurse. I'm out of there. And I was like, yes. I mean, that's like, yes. So they have to give him to another nurse, unfortunately. And this other nurse was younger, but she's kind of on the mean side. But anyway, she went through the day. I took her patient. She took mine. By the end of the day, she's like, I don't want that guy anymore. But anyways, there's the drama of it. But that's just why. Well, I mean, what's the fucking point of this? I mean, like, what is the point of this? It's like I'm just nurses that are so highly empathetic individuals, compassionate people, are just put in the line of fire for just unnecessary abuse. It's most of the people we have are either coming off drugs, coming off alcohol, or coming off sugar. And they don't want to change. They just want to come in there and us make them feel better while they continue to do the same behavior that got them in there. And the doctors are like, they're not going to give them shit, and we're just left. I mean, I almost called security on this guy because I thought, I'm not going to fucking tolerate somebody being violent and aggressive and threatening. I'm like, this is just so unacceptable. Anyways, this is just like, I've had to process a lot. Like, why the fuck? I mean, I thought about, of course I've been thinking about changing jobs and doing something. I mean, I'm thinking doing something else in healthcare. There's no health in healthcare. There's no health. And I realize the role of a nurse is to just when they say you're going to manage someone's healthcare, you're managing their fucking medicines for their chronic diseases. You're managing the side effects. That's what the job of a nurse is anymore. And I'm like, I don't want to do that. So probably why I haven't changed is because I don't want to be a nurse. The way nurses are, here's my cat. She's trying to get outside. Poor thing. You got a porch. You got a whole porch. I just feel there's nothing to do for me in this stupid profession I chose, which I didn't really want to do it in the first place. But I loved education. I loved health. I loved spirituality. I love psychology. And yes, I use all that stuff in my practice, but 99.9% of the people don't even care. And they're not vibrationally at a place to have any knowledge that they create everything themselves. And it's like my job is done here. There's nothing for me to do. Once in a blue moon, I'll have a encounter with someone that's like an angelic experience. And oh yeah, that's wonderful. I was sent by God to help this person. Okay, whatever. For the most part, it's just a suck and drain fest. So anyways, thanks for coming to my talk this morning as I process my weekend. Thank you.